Welcome to UK Pathway Hub, your trusted guide for everything about UK immigration and visas. Here, we simplify the complex process of moving to the UK by comparing different types of visas, pathways, and immigration options so you can make the best decision for your future. If you're planning to study, work, or settle in the UK, this is the channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment so you never miss an important update and can be part of our growing community. The shock factor. Imagine spending nearly a decade of your life in one country. You've built your home there, you've contributed to the economy, you've paid your taxes on time, you've sent your children to school, and you've done everything that would normally make you feel like a part of society. Yet after all of that effort, all of those years, you're told that you still don't fully belong. This is the harsh reality now facing many immigrants in the United Kingdom. With the government introducing a stricter 10-year residency requirement before immigrants can apply for settlement, thousands of people who thought they were close to securing stability suddenly find themselves waiting far longer. The backlash has been nothing short of massive. For many, this isn't just another change in immigration paperwork. It's the difference between having a future they can plan for and living in uncertainty for years to come. Setting the context. The 10-year residency requirement is one of the most talked about rules in the UK's immigration framework today. Under this system, immigrants who arrive in the UK are required to spend a full decade legally living in the country before they can even apply for indefinite leave to remain, the status that allows them to truly settle down without fear of removal. This is a significant shift from previous pathways where many migrants, particularly those on skilled work visas or family routes, had shorter waiting periods of around 5 years. For many who move to the UK with hopes of building their lives, this new requirement has come as a shock. It means not only a longer road to permanent residency, but also a more expensive one given the rising costs of visa renewals, application fees, and healthcare surcharges. In short, it places enormous pressure on people who already contribute so much. Why this rule exists? The government's official explanation for the 10-year residency rule is tied to its broader immigration strategy. Ministers argue that extending the settlement period ensures fairness to British citizens, prevents abuse of the immigration system, and protects public services from overuse. They frame it as a necessary step to control migration numbers while ensuring that only those who show a long-term commitment to the UK are allowed to stay permanently. On paper, the argument may sound logical, but critics say it hides a harsher reality. By lengthening the residency requirement, the government is effectively creating a longer probation period, forcing immigrants to live in a state of semi-permanence. During this time, many face restrictions on what they can do, the constant stress of renewing visas, and the fear of making even small mistakes that could cost them their chance at settlement. What's presented as fairness often feels like punishment. The human cost. Behind every immigration rule are real human lives, and the 10-year requirement is no different. Think of families who have lived in the UK for nearly a decade, their children often born and raised here, speaking English as their first language, and knowing no other home. Yet, those same children are growing up in households where their parents still don't know if they can secure permanent residency. Think of skilled workers who've been contributing to industries the UK depends on, from healthcare to technology, yet must wait years before they can feel secure. Many immigrants describe the feeling as living in limbo, where no matter how hard you work or how much you contribute, there's a sense that you're always one step away from being told you don't belong. This emotional toll is perhaps the most powerful reason why backlash against this rule has been so fierce. Backlash and public outcry. The public response to the 10-year residency requirement has been swift and intense. Human rights organizations have called it unnecessarily harsh, arguing that it creates second-class residents out of people who have already proven their loyalty and value to the country. Advocacy groups highlight that requiring a full decade creates systemic inequality, where immigrants must constantly reapply, pay fees, and live under a cloud of insecurity. Even some politicians, both inside and outside of Parliament, have voiced concerns that the rule goes too far, especially when it comes to families with children who are effectively trapped in uncertainty. Critics also argue that the policy undermines the UK's reputation as a welcoming and fair nation, instead sending the message that no matter how long you live, work, and pay taxes here, you're still an outsider. For many, this backlash isn't just about fairness, it's about basic human dignity. The bigger picture, when we zoom out and compare the UK's rules with those of other countries, the difference becomes even clearer. In many European nations, immigrants can qualify for long-term residency in 5 years or less. Countries like Canada, which rely heavily on skilled migrants, offer permanent residency after 3 to 5 years. Even the United States, often criticized for its strict immigration system, offers certain pathways to green cards in less than a decade. By extending its requirement to 10 years, the UK has positioned itself among the toughest countries for immigrants seeking settlement. This raises a bigger question. Will such strict policies make the UK less attractive to the very people it wants to draw in talented workers, students, and families ready to contribute? Critics warn that the rule may end up backfiring, driving skilled migrants to friendlier nations and leaving the UK at a disadvantage in global competition. What's next? The debate over the 10-year residency requirement is far from settled. Already, petitions are circulating, legal challenges are being prepared, and activist groups are mobilizing to push for reform. While the government stands firm in its justification, pressure is mounting both domestically and internationally. Many are calling for a review of the policy, especially given the growing evidence of its negative impact on families and communities. There are also discussions about whether the courts could intervene if the rule is shown to violate human rights obligations. For now, immigrants are left in a state of deep uncertainty, unsure whether their long years in the UK will ultimately lead to stability or disappointment. What's clear is that this issue won't disappear quietly. The longer the government ignores the human cost, the louder the backlash will grow, and the more divided the nation's immigration debate will become. Closing thoughts, turning the question back to viewers. At the heart of this debate is a simple but powerful question. What does it really mean to belong? For some, the 10-year rule is about protecting borders and ensuring that only the most committed immigrants gain settlement. For others, it's about fairness, compassion, and recognizing the immense contributions immigrants make long before they hit the 10-year mark. This is not just a policy debate. It's a conversation about values, identity, and the future of the UK as a multicultural society. One thing is certain, the human stories behind this rule are too important to ignore. And so, I'll leave it to you. Do you believe 10 years is a fair requirement for residency, or has the government gone too far? Share your thoughts below, because this is a debate that deserves every voice, especially yours. Thank you for watching UK Pathway Hub, where we bring you clear insights into UK visas and immigration pathways. We hope this video helped you understand your options better. If you found it useful, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share this video with others, and leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. Stay connected with us for more helpful updates about your UK journey.